After the immense success of Super Mario Bros. 2, it was only natural that Nintendo would follow up with a worthy sequel to carry on the series, and in 1988 and 1989 that's exactly what we got, or so we thought. You see, Nintendo had released a very different sequel to the rest of the world compared to Japan, whilst the Land of the Rising Sun received a sequel more akin to an expansion pack containing more of the same Mario Brothers that we know and love, but with new tougher levels and hazards. We got a reskinned game called Doki Doki Panic. At the time, Nintendo believed that the Japanese sequel, now famously dubbed The Lost Levels, would be far too tough for the rest of us. Still, in the late 80s the internet did not exist, and we weren't to know that this was indeed the case. Right off the bat the differences are immense. We find out that Mario had a dream where he climbed a stairway to a giant door, all the while hearing a cry for help saying that the land of Subcon has been enslaved by an evil toad called Wart, and the voice asks the plumber for help. After waking up, our hero goes on a picnic along with brother Luigi, Toad and Peach, and after exploring a cave, he finds the very same stairway and door that he did in his dream. Now, playing this for the first time will indicate that this is not the Super Mario Bros. That you're familiar with. The game thrusts you into the land of Subcon straight away with the option of selecting either Mario, Luigi, Princess or Toad, each with varying abilities, strengths, abilities and weaknesses. Levels are big, bright, bold and colourful, and this time non-linear, meaning that not only can you backtrack, but also there are occasional shortcuts and secrets that you can take. Certain levels require a bit of climbing up or finding keys to unlock doors or some puzzles to figure out, however these are all pivotal to completing the stage. Most of the core gameplay does remain the same, however jumping on enemies to destroy them has been eliminated here. Now Mario and his teammates must pluck vegetables from the ground to throw at the various new Subcon baddies. What we have now is this brand new incredibly detailed dream world that bears little or no resemblance to the Mushroom Kingdom, with only a few tiny reminders. I mean, you finish a level by beating a boss who is generally Birdo, and then entering a huge bird's mouth. And this is quite a far cry from the flagpole, which signifies the end of the level from the first game. Well, this is a dream world after all, so expect to do some things you wouldn't normally do in a Mario game, such as battling a giant bomb throwing mouse and using a rocket ship to ascend to the sky. The question you probably are asking is, well, is there anything familiar or innovative in terms of power-ups? Let's see. The familiar mushroom is back, and this time picking it up will add extra health to your health bar. That's right, you now have a health bar. Also new are potions, which allow you to temporarily enter a dark section of the stage you are on to collect coins and the mushroom. There's no block breaking to worry about, which alleviates some of the worry about missing vital items, and the game does at least allow you to use the invincibility star provided you collect at least 5 cherries. Also, most enemies can be picked up and thrown at others to clear a path. However, this is one of those games where the enemies respawn if you backtrack. This second game is not only different but harder than the first one due to its innovative challenges, puzzles and levels. This game is also very strict on lives and you can only continue twice. While some levels do contain a hidden 1-up, the game has you play a slot machine at the end of every stage, and the only way to accumulate lives is to try and get at least 1 cherry in the first slot or 3 matching symbols. However, to play the slot machine you need coins, and how do you get coins? You use the potions. Now, using the slot machine is easier said than done, and whilst I can easily get live myself, I do agree with a lot of gamers when they say that this part is seriously unfair. You see, the slot machine is not random, and you need pinpoint timing to stop the reels, and it will take some practice to get the knack. The worlds within Subcon themselves are actually very well detailed and varied enough to give the player a real feeling of progression. You will jump across waterfalls, ride a magic carpet, head underground, climb beanstalks and fight some pretty lethal boss characters with some insane attack patterns, particularly Birdo, who is this game's version of Pyramid Head from Silent Hill 2, in that he turns up always varying his attacks and you fight him much more than anyone else. As for our heroes, they're all pretty different, but they do have one thing in common: they can now super jump when the down button is held. Some differences between them however include Luigi jumping the highest, Princess can actually hover for a few seconds in the air, making her crucial for avoiding certain hazards, Mario is the quickest and Toad is the strongest. So after finishing each level you have the option of choosing who you want to play as, which adds much more strategy than the first game as you try and figure out who would suit each level individually. So is this game worth playing today? Well, Yes, it's much more upbeat with lots more original music, varying paths through levels with secrets galore to find, plus the more eagle-eyed players may even be able to track down to warp zones, plus facing a boss at the end of almost every level ramps up the challenge, forcing you to really have to adapt to this brand new world. Again, this is one gorgeous looking game that you simply need to experience. With plenty to see and do here, you won't get bored anytime soon. Of course, the purists may argue that this is not the true sequel, but to be honest, it's the sequel I grew up with, and one which I fondly remember loving to play any chance I got. Super Mario Bros. 2 may have almost nothing in common with the first game, but it is by no means a bad game. It is again very difficult, maybe unfairly so, but rise to the challenge, learn the slot machine, and this game really opens up, allowing you to earn as many lives as you can muster. This in turn leaves you free to explore as much of Subcon as possible. Although this is a one-player game, it's a fantastic one to play with friends, taking it in turns, and with 4 characters to play, each will be able to find one that they can gel with. Super Mario Bros. 2 may not be the sequel you expect, but sometimes the unexpected can be much better than familiarity. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, why not show me some love and smash that like button and subscribe for more retro video game reviews. Until next time, take care.